It's so pretty. Anyway, hi. Today I'm going to do a review of the Pocket Oracle of the Fairies, which is a pocket-sized 44 card oracle deck created by Karen K, artwork by Ginger Kelly. This is published by Hay House, and they actually sent it to me for review. So this is one of the decks that I have been using and that I do really like. Spoiler alert. I do really like this deck, and I use it in a couple of different ways. So I'm going to lay over footage of a flip through, and I'm going to talk to you about what I like about this deck. So about the deck itself, I really like having a pocket size oracle. I've talked about this before on my channel, where we've seen a ton of pocket tarot decks, but up until recently we hadn't seen a lot of pocket oracle decks. But I especially like a pocket oracle deck for a fairy theme, or how they on the box it even says that this is fairy size, and I think it makes a lot of sense for this deck because the images I think are really cute. I really get that fairy vibe, that whimsical vibe. I really like that for this deck. It doesn't feel overly positive either. So yeah, it is cute, but you can actually get a lot from it if you want to, if that is what you're looking for. The keywords on the card I think are very straightforward, are very easy to understand. You definitely don't have to use the guidebook with it, although I do also like the guidebook. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, I think the keywords on the cards are very easy to understand, I don't know, I think they make a great starting off point for reading, which is one way that I like using this deck, is pulling a card from this deck at the start of my tarot reading to use it as a starting off point or a starting theme, or even the entire theme of the reading that I want to do. And you get these like little fairy messages or fairy wisdom, maybe even. I don't know, I really like that, and especially in the small form of this deck. I think this deck makes the perfect pocket oracle, to be honest. The second way that I like to use this specific deck is at the end of a reading to get some specific fairy message at the end of the reading to sort of close out your reading with that. Rosie is trying to dig through the couch. Let's not do that. A new couch is very expensive. The artwork is not necessarily something that I would typically really like or choose in a deck, but in this case I think the whimsy really works with fairy theme. We do have a lot of body beautiful, typically beautiful fairies people in this deck. Not a lot of diversity, not a lot of representation in this deck, so yeah, that is definitely something that I want to note with this deck. So now looking at the guidebook. Hey Bear. My other dog is here as well. Hi. Yeah, this is pocket size, just like you. This video is very dog heavy, but I know you guys don't mind that. So the guidebook itself, super cute, really cute. And very easy to navigate, just in alphabetical order, based on the keywords. So you have a little bit of an introduction to fairies, as a theme, as a thing, I guess, and then a little introduction on divination itself, how to read your cards, and then it has some grounding and protection techniques, if that is something that you like. They even have, I didn't even notice this, but sort of incantations or something like that. That's interesting. So then they also come with, oh hi, then they also come with spreads. So there is the simple past, present, future, which I use a lot of the time. Then there is a fairy ow, very loud, like right in my ear. Fairy star. There's not even anyone there. You done? Anyway, it's a cute spread. My ear hurts right now. Then there's also the Fairy ring, which has 12 cards. Yeah, so, and then we get into the into the keywords, or the card interpretation. What we have for every card is a little mini message, sort of. So for abundance, we have: prepare yourself for incoming abundance, release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. And then after that little bit, we have a little bit more of what you can expect when you pull this card. So we have that for everything basically, and I like that it's just not a lot of information. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes for some decks, I think it makes a lot of sense to have way more information. But first of all, this is pocket sized, so I think it makes sense that the information is very condensed. But having it condensed in this case also makes it very practical. So if you're just looking for a small message of the fairies, you can pull a card. If you want to get a bit more information than just a keyword on the card, you can grab the little guidebook and have 2 mini pages of extra interpretation information that you can take with you. So yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that this is like a super special deck. I do think the idea of having a fairy oracle deck and it being mini feels unique to me. I don't know necessarily if it is unique, because I know that there are a lot of fairy types or fairy themed oracle and tarot decks. But having this be a pocket deck, I don't know, I think it really works for this deck. This is not one where I would say it is absolutely groundbreaking. I like it. I think it's cute. I'm happy to have it, and I'm happy to use it in my readings. I definitely think that I would use this for client readings as well, as a little ending message of a reading. Yeah, I think that would work really well. So let me put it all back together. And that was my review of the Pocket Oracle of the Fairies. Let me know if you have this deck or if you have the original size of this deck, what your thoughts on it are, if you like it, if you want to get it, all that stuff. Yeah, are there any other Oracle decks in pocket size that you really like? I'd love to hear. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos on tarot, like tarot chats, deck reviews, all of that fun stuff, my dog digging into my couch, then subscribe to my channel, because I know you guys have been really enjoying seeing my dogs, so I want to film in places where they are. So like right in front of the couch, they love to climb on my lap, or like this, or on the couch. So yeah, I'm just so blessed to have my pets, you know? So give your pets a cuddle for me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Can you say bye? Can you say bye?